Are you struggling to hit your deadlines every week or finding yourself easily distracted throughout the day? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you my top 5 tips for skyrocketing your productivity at work. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more insights on growing your career and hit that bell to be notified when we publish a new video every Tuesday. Let's dive straight into it, starting with tip number 1, which is setting yourself up to win. You have to look after your body and your mind to make sure that you can hit anything that comes your way that day with 100% focus. So this means putting the right fuel into your body and making sure your body is prepared for what's to come. Make sure that you're moving your body every day, whether that's at your lunch break, in the mornings before you get to work, or in the evenings, but find a way to get out, move your body, and get things going. And be sure to fuel your body with the right nutrition throughout the day to keep your energy levels up. Tip number 2 is to control your environment. This isn't always easy working in an office. There are countless distractions, particularly if you're working in an open office environment, whether it's somebody's phone ringing, somebody's music you can overhear, your colleagues talking about a particular project or what happened at the weekend. It can be tough in an office environment to keep distractions to a minimum. But you want to try and find some ways that you can control it, whether that's getting some noise cancellation headphones to control the noise that you hear around you, or simply picking a time during the day where you can hop out to a local coffee shop for an hour or two to get a bulk project done, whether that's writing, researching, or something that demands your focus where you cannot have distractions. If you don't take the time to control your environment, you will always be at the mercy of distractions. Controlling your environment isn't simply limited to what's happening around you in the office, but most importantly is your phone and the notifications that you get on your laptop or work desk. When you know you need to get a big project done or you need a solid block of time of uninterrupted work, don't leave your phone beside you, don't have it on notifications, turn it off, stick it in the drawer, and get back to it after you've completed your task. If you're worried about emergency calls coming through, then put your phone on Do Not Disturb and set the right phone numbers that you will take in the event of an emergency on the settings so that you do not take any other potential incoming calls. In a world of so many distractions, controlling our environment is one of the best steps that we can take to regain our productivity and keep our focus throughout the day. Here's a quick question for you before we move on to the next tip. Where do you do your best work? Is it at a coffee shop? Is it in the office, in a meeting room, or even at home? Let me know in the comments below. Tip number 3 is to control your schedule. For me, this happens way too often where I will start the week without a clear schedule in mind, and the week and days just run away from me. I take each day as it comes. My inbox is full. I'm dealing with inbound requests, and I forget or put to the side my most important work. An easy way around this is to take control of your schedule by blocking out clear chunks of time for specific work, even down to the minute tasks of checking your email. If you check your email throughout the day, that is a recipe for disaster and you will be distracted constantly. Set time blocks for checking your email and other important tasks that you're going to have throughout the week, whether that's blocking out some time for a particular project, setting up your meetings, and being strict with those boundaries. If you set a time for checking emails, don't do it in another block of time when you should be into deep work of uninterrupted session. Once you set those block times, stick to them. Don't start checking your emails throughout the day. And this is going to be tricky at first if you're used to constantly keeping an eye on your email. Be sure to turn off the notifications and even close down your email webpage so that you don't see any new emails coming in until it's time for you to check. Tip number 4 is slightly counterintuitive. But in order to be super productive, what has worked really well for me is to focus on working really intensely and at the same time finding time to relax with intensity. Now that sounds a little weird, but what I mean by that is when you decide that you need a break, go on a break that is going to rejuvenate your energy levels for the next block of time. Don't do it by going to the toilet and scrolling on Facebook or Instagram, which is going to sap your energy even more. Find the things that are going to give you that energy, whether it's taking a 10 to 15 minute walk outside, going to talk to a colleague, or simply getting away from your desk and stretching your body. The important thing is to be able to step away, relax, and come back to the task. This works just the same for outside of work. When you get home and you want to relax, for most of us, our go-to is getting home and sticking something on the TV. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you enjoy doing, but if you're still feeling like you don't have the energy or you're not having a lot of focus during the day, then see if you can switch that out a bit or push watching TV to later in the evening. This means finding out what activities energize you, what activities in your day or your week can you schedule that are going to give you the energy to perform at your best for the rest of the week. Whether it's going out with your friends and finding a game to play, or simply coming home and doing something that you love, like a hobby or side project that you want to do, something that takes you out of work, takes your mind off of things, that you can then use to re-energize yourself and make sure you're better prepared for each week and each day as it comes. And finally, my last and top tip is to check in with yourself daily, weekly, and quarterly. In order to stay productive at work, you need to be able to see progress and you need to be able to celebrate those little wins. But the only way you're going to be able to do that is to actually see how you're progressing. The simplest way to do that is to simply check in with yourself at the end of every day and ask yourself what things went well for me today, what didn't, and how can I be better tomorrow. You can do this at the end of every week and check in with yourself at the end of every quarter to see where you were before you started and 3 months later, and see how much progress you've made. You'd be surprised at how effective this can be when you simply are aware of where you're spending your time, what things are going well for you right now, and what things you need to work on. Those are my top 5 tips for skyrocketing your productivity at work. And if you're looking to keep track of your progress on a daily, weekly, and quarterly basis, then we've got you covered. We can share with you the exact templates that we use here at Wesrom to keep track of ourselves, our teams, and the way we're performing. And we'll link to that in the description below. It's free for you to use. Well, I highly recommend you check it out. It has been transformational for us, and I'm sure it can do the same for you. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more insights on how to grow your career. I will see you in the next video.